Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, J-Money here, and I'm bringing you some StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm action. This is going to be starring one of my favorite Protoss players ever, one of my favorite StarCraft 2 players ever. But before we get to the introductions, we just need to get to a little business. And that's going to be involving this area right here. Oh, J-Money, what are you pointing at? Well, subscriber, what I am pointing at is the North America Summer Showdown. Oh, what's that? Well, that is going to be a tournament we are casting this Saturday on twitch.tv/jmoneygaming. So, what is it? Why am I doing it? Well, a friend of mine, Apparition StarCraft, was told about a tournament. He was talking to them. They started talking to me, and we became the core casters of this lovely tournament. There's going to be a whole bunch of Grandmaster and Master level players there. And it's probably going to be some players you haven't normally seen. So if you are a fan of great StarCraft 2, and hey, you are watching my channel, so of course you're a fan of great StarCraft 2, come check it out. All the information will be in the description below. With that being said, let's get to the introductions. In the bottom right hand corner of the map, Whirlwind LE, we have LiquidTLO. And in the top left hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player from Team WhiteRa. He is WhiteRa. He is Mr. Special Tactics WhiteRa. And as we see, Mr. WhiteRa is going for the forge opening first. And it does look like we have a hatchery first. This is kind of dangerous against Protoss players. Just for the sheer fact, if you don't have Zerglings out a little bit before, you get this. You get a pylon in the back of your base and possibly cannons. So what I'm assuming would happen is LiquidTLO would cancel this and go probably in this vicinity right here. And as you see, the drone is coming this way right now. Pylon's finished. Cannon is done. Actually, wait. Okay, it looks like he might let it finish. I'm hoping he will remember to cancel it. But with the spawning pool almost done, he will have some Zerglings on the way. Yeah, okay. So that is definitely a thing. We actually have another drone coming down here. Oh! Oh! He like got that right as it was finishing. It was at like 99.99%, and then he threw the other hatchery down right over here. So that was pretty. LiquidTLO, I salute you, sir. I've been a fan of TLO for a long time as well. He is probably one of my favorite Zerg players right now. It would be him and Stefano. Yes, I'm so sad Stefano's retiring. But those two have always been my favorites. I'm sure people will fill their gaps. Of course they will, just because they do. But ever since Wings of Liberty beta, where LiquidTLO was like doing all sorts of stuff, like playing as Terran, he was just a really badass player and pretty cool. We do have a couple Lings coming into the base. He does throw down the Cybercore, and then Lings eat your face. That's just a crappy job right there. You're working, then you get eaten. Just a thing. We do have a Zealot on the way. I don't think this will do too much damage. Will he actually get that probe? I don't think so, because, yeah, we have the Zealot right here that will interfere. The worst part about this for White right now is it's more of an annoyance feature right here, where he's being forced to pull off probes here and there, which is just going to slightly affect his mining. Nothing too killer at this point, so he should be fine, but he is getting little pokes in here and there. If you could actually manage to kill a probe out of this, that would be insane. But now we got a Mama Ship Core on the way, so this should be easily cleared out. And he actually did get a probe, which is really nice for him. But other than that, not too much was really taken out of it. You see the Mothership Core now, here to help to save the day, defend everything. So WhiteRa is going to be feeling pretty good at this point in time. As you see, he's doing a real nice job just probing up and just being in a very happy shape. We see TLO really doing what he should be doing right now, droning up nice and hard. He does need to deal with this soon. I would love for him to bring like a queen into this area and just like snipe that down. Because if he waits too long, this could be a problem. But we do have a bailing nest on the way. Injects, you know, pretty much all the standard stuff at this point in time. So that's pretty good for both players. We do have a little bit of a push starting to come down. There's a couple things. Nothing really defending besides a queen. This could be a little problematic for TLO. I mean, he won't get a ton of kills out of this, I don't believe, but it could still be a little problematic. The mothership core doing a nice little poking job at the queen. He was able to throw a couple shots at it. He did use the time warp there, which I kind of think was a little bit of wasted energy because he only slowed down the drones for like a second. Now with a whole bunch of links coming in, a second queen, you should be able to clear this up pretty easily. This queen is pretty much focused on that mothership core. You should be able to easily escape out of this. And ooh, that is a little bit of wasted gas. I'm not sure if he clicked it to like come back or if it just hit the end of its little running location, but it did quite affect that at that point in time. Wow, I cannot talk apparently today. Because you don't want to lose a mothership core. That is a lot of gas for early game, and pretty much it was taken out with no real favor. However, with a warp in into the natural of the Zerg, I'm not quite sure if it's actually doing that much damage. He also has a forward pylon to the to actually the second base of the game, so I'll have to keep an eye there. Which we do have a nice little warp in coming here too. So a lot of multi-attacks from our Protoss player, WhiteRa, and he is trying to focus down these bailings before they pop, and these sentries need to be so careful. These are not cheap units right here. But as you see, we have a queen back here. We do have a spine crawler, which is at 27 health. It looks like the Zerglings were able to clear it out. He is going to focus down that pylon and that poor probe as well. But this is like the scary spot right here because this is in between all your bases and your main bases right here. These sentries are just going to clean up those Zerglings so quickly. For light units, and they don't do that much damage, they can, as a group, focus down Zerglings quite quickly. But then again, you have a nice little warp in of Zealots, and they're right next to the photon cannon, and that cannon is right now like the boss right now. He has 8 kills. He's feeling good. And again, you got to be very careful. Nice little wall off hold. Was he in hold position? No, he was pretty much in the A move command. But those sentries, he's losing so many. This is not what WhiteRa wants to be doing at this point in time. However, he is able to clear off those few lings. However, what do we have now? We have a whole bunch of bailings coming in. You might just try to bailing bust this right out the bat, but now they has 2 more sentries. That could be a little problematic. Does look like we got Stargate coming down right now, which could be pretty decent right now because I think the only air that we actually have, and I was going to say anti-air, was Queens, but he did just throw down a Hydra Den. We do have a Spinecrawler coming in, which is going to try to poke down this pylon right here. And, oh, some decent force fields setting it so the Zerglings cannot get this around, and more and more warp-ins coming into the natural of the Zerg player. He is focusing down that Spinecrawler, which is probably a good idea. And what does he do? He's pretty much just sending as many Zerglings as he can into the main base into his main base. So he is going to get a couple bailings because bailings will eat through these Zealots quite easily. But right now he's still in trouble. He needs those Hydras to come out soon because those Hydras will be able to easily eat through the Zealots and the sentries because sentries are pretty squishy units. That force field is delaying the ineditable. I cannot talk. I am a failure as a caster today, it seems, but it's okay because I am watching 2 of my favorite players go at it, and it's actually a quite ridiculous game. But those Zealots did get cleared out. We do have the LiquidTLO going across map, taking a look at the third and realizing it's not there. We do have a full wall off because of that Zealot, so I do not think these Zerglings will be able to actually get in, but They are fine. They are just going to continue scouting out. We do have yet another warp in. However, Hydras are on the map right now, and they are just going to eat through all of the units that the Protoss player has right now. Besides having Hydras, it does look like a Spire's coming out, so we might be seeing like a Hydra Muta, Hydra Muta army coming from TLO, which with the new fast Hydras, well, I can't even call it that new anymore because HOTS has been out for a while. But with the speed boost of the Hydras, if you get the upgrade, it's pretty viable, pretty mobile, and it's pretty hard to deal with as a Protoss player. But other than that, it does look like WhiteRa is just very content with the Void Ray production, which I'm not sure how great that will actually do for him once the armies start to grow in size. But again, we haven't seen if he is going for the Hydras or not. Oh wow, a couple Lings actually did manage to sneak in, but they didn't actually make it that far. They got killed almost instantaneously. And as you see, J Money Gaming wrong again. He is not going Mutas, he is going Corruptor. But at this point in time, he is going for his third base. And if he's not, WhiteRa needs this base to be up right now. And then again, TLO does not want to be on the same base count as WhiteRa. That could be very scary for him. And as we see, oh, these Lings are playing with my heart. They are going to start to come in. However, a whole bunch of cannons are going to be warping in very, very soon. And we do see a nice warp in of Zealots as well. 2 Void Rays do go down very, very quickly. And with the extra assistance of the handful of Zealots, the base did manage to stay up. But the Airtos army isn't going to be doing too well against these Hydralisks. These Hydralisks are made and bred to deal with the Protoss Air. Well, not necessarily bred, but you know exactly what I mean. Now with Corruptors involved as well, these Void Rays are going to go down oh so quickly. And these Hydras are just going to DPS everything down immediately. So WhiteRa is in quite a bit of trouble. He does throw down a Photon Overcharge. And these cannons are going to die very, very quickly. That Mothership Core should go down pretty instantly as well. And we do have another warp in of a handful of Zealots, but they pretty much got taken out almost immediately, even before they got finished warping in. And that is the base, and WhiteRa is in a lot of trouble. If you look at the supplies, it is 72 to 64. If we take a look at the units lost tab, WhiteRa has lost almost double. Income tab, double the income right now for the Zerg player, and it's just some hard times for Mr. WhiteRa. He only has the 2 Void Rays to really defend and a Sentry, and quite frankly, these Hydras are just gonna destroy that. Other than that, I don't really see. We do see the GG, and it does look like Colossus were on the way. Hopefully you did enjoy this game. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Again, don't forget, this Saturday, the North America Summer Showdown. Check it out. Thanks, guys. Take care. Spike your hair.